Hey guys, Lindsay here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's Thrifty Thursday video is inspired by all of the many projects that we have done over the years and all the projects we have done in our new house. It has been almost a year since we have been in our new house. In about 3 weeks, it'll be exactly a year since we moved in. We actually had the house in our possession the 1st of February of last year, but we took a week to do some projects and then moved in. Well, it was about 5 days later we moved in and started staying here on the 6th. So I would like to share with you some tips and tricks that we have used along the way and some advice that was given to us to help keep our costs down for all these many projects we've had to do, because we have a 6-person family and we've always been on a fairly low income, but things had to be done and we had to accommodate our family. So let's get started. Tip number 1 is a huge deal to myself and my family, and that is DIY. I know DIY has been pretty big over the past few years, but we have always done things ourselves, or at least tried to start out that way with our projects. We have been doing home projects for, I don't know, about 15 years, and it's always been rewarding in the end. Let's just say that. There have been some struggles here and there. We've gotten into messes that we didn't expect, and some things ended up costing more than we originally planned. But because we were doing a lot of the projects ourselves, we could adapt a little bit. Whereas if you are having something done professionally, they're going to tack on a huge extra cost for more materials and labor and things that they're going to have to do to remedy the situation. Tip number 2, asking for help from family and friends. Once you have determined whether or not you can do a project with your own set of skills or your spouse's set of skills or the combination of the two, then you need to see, is there any further outside help you're going to need? If you've answered yes to needing more help, then look just outside of your own home and look into your family and friends and see if any of them have the skills you need or some resources or knowledge of a project. Maybe they can help walk you through something, or they can come and actually help you do it. I would not necessarily say have them do it for you, but maybe alongside of you or you alongside of them, so you can learn. And then the next time something similar comes up, you won't have to ask them for help. Maybe your friends and family have materials that you need for a project, or they have better resources to get those materials at a lower cost for you. That is a huge help when doing projects, because you always need materials and supplies for a project. Tools, you're going to need tools. If you don't have all the tools you need for a project, see if someone you know has the tool that you can borrow versus going out and buying a brand new tool that you may not be using again. Now, with all that being said, be prepared to offer something in return. I hate to ask for favors if I can't give back. If we don't have something right away that we can offer them, we make sure we have an understanding that we owe them a favor. Maybe they have a project coming up down the road that they need help with. I can offer dinner. I can offer up some sort of help to them. When we got help with our garage, my husband just went and did a favor for the people that helped. One of them was a neighbor. My husband just kind of said, hey, I'll help you with whatever you need later on. And he was able to do that. Tip number 3, use what you already have. Look at what you have left over from previous projects and use that stuff first if you are able. When we lived in our old house, and we did projects, we always saved the leftover materials. So we had quite a collection in our old home. In our basement, it had an area that we kept that stuff in. Now we had some things from a bathroom remodel. It was some plumbing things, some lumber, extra flooring, paint, and then we did a remodel in the basement. We actually built a bedroom and a bathroom in the basement because we needed more space before we moved out. So we had materials left over, and some of those materials came with us to the new house. So you may have supplies left over like that. Maybe you just need to repair a little bit of plumbing and you have enough of a pipe left over that you can use for this repair. Maybe you need to buy a fitting or something for it to make it work. Now when it comes to larger construction projects, you're probably going to have to buy a lot of material or find it somehow. Tip number 4, use all your local and online resources to find supplies and things that you may need. Your local businesses may have areas where they have like a bulletin board or a place where people can post for sale flyers or services. You might have some local handymen in the area that might have a skill set that you or your spouse may not quite possess or possess enough of that you might need a little bit of help. Some people in your area may be looking just to make a little extra cash on the side. My husband does it, so why wouldn't someone else do it? You might find that somebody's trying to sell extra supplies from a project they had that they had done, or maybe there's a local contractor who has leftover supplies. They may be selling it locally. They may also have it listed online. You can check Facebook Marketplace. You can check Craigslist, Garage Sale, Let Go. There's all kinds of different places. We have found a lot of stuff by looking online. I found a very large amount of lumber that we used to start framing out our garage. We got the majority of the garage framed out and just had to go purchase some lumber from a local home improvement store. Mind you, it was new lumber. It was just leftover that somebody had from a project they didn't need. I couldn't believe that the amount that we purchased. I think after I calculated, we saved just over $100 by purchasing that, and we didn't have to go too far out of our way. We were actually on our way somewhere to pick up something else with our trailer. So we put that lumber on the trailer and we continued on our way and got the rest of the stuff we needed. So it was really nice. I think we literally only had to go about 10 miles out of our way. So it really wasn't a big deal, but it was wonderful. Tip number 5, and this is the last one, folks. Renting equipment for your project. If you need a piece of equipment or a tool for a project and you're not sure that you're going to use this tool again, or if you can't afford to buy it, go ahead and rent it. Our local hardware store rents out all kinds of tools and equipment and scaffolding, and it's so helpful because not only are they close, but they usually have any attachments you need, sandpaper for if you're renting a sander. You get charged extra for those attachments if you use them, or if you use sandpaper for something, and it saves a lot of money for, because you're not buying the tool yourself. And a lot of times things are way out of our price range. We can't afford to buy some of these tools. When we rented the floor sander to redo our dining room floor, we didn't know if we were going to be doing another project like that ever again. So it seemed kind of silly for us to have a tool like that or a piece of equipment like that sitting around collecting dust and taking up space. So we paid for the rental of the sander and the sandpaper, and that's all we were charged for. And then we took it back within the allotted time, so we weren't charged any extra. So it was wonderful. There are all kinds of things you can rent, and if you don't have a local hardware store that does this type of rental, check with your home improvement stores. So folks, those are my family's tips and tricks and advice for doing your projects in your home. I hope some of them are as useful for you as they were for us. Some of them seem like common sense to me now, but I still like to share them anyway. So if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to see more, hit the notifications bell and it will notify you when I post more videos. Hope y'all have a great day. Bye.